All right, I know this episode of One Piece was supposed to be focused on the toys and finally finding the toy factory underneath the city, the port city or something like that. I'm sorry, Senor Pink took over this episode. As soon as I saw him on screen and pretty much his entire presence and exactly how his men and the females interacted with him, it was just like, I don't know what to think of this guy. Should I think he's badass? Because on some level, he is badass. But then on another certain level, I agree with Frankie with saying he's just a pervert and I don't understand him. In fact, I don't think I want to understand him. But either way, despite the fact that this episode was supposed to be focused on the toys, it didn't feel like the toys were that interesting. I mean, I still feel bad for them. They're being forced to work all night, and still, they actually go through the trouble of having this energy to play with other people, with the children, and interact with the people. And it's just like, God, these toys, they really push themselves. But again, I'm already feeling bad for them. I don't need more. But either way, finally seeing the port city underneath and Treble looking over Sugar. Sugar's the one who turns them all to toys. The operation is starting to knock her out. And we finally get a bit of structure for the Don Quixote family. Like certain people are under certain leaders. Like Pika is the Pika army. They have the commandos. I guess what it means by commandos, like they infiltrate, they do special operations, special ops. Then they have the, I believe, fighters army, which is under Diamante. And I guess those are just like the main soldier guys. They're the one who jump into the fray. And they don't do any sneaky attacks. They just take people on face to face. And like, all right. Then there are the special ability users. And it's under the Treble army. And it's just people with special abilities. But however, other people in the other armies also have abilities, so I'm wondering how that works. Like, what would be considered a special ability to be put under the special ability army? I don't know, but it's still a little confusing. And if we find it, I like seeing that little structure. It's like, okay, it's not just a bunch of pirates come together, that's it. No, Don Quixote runs it like a company. He really runs things strictly. And it's very interesting seeing how he, in a way, sort of wants freedom and kind of enjoys the freedom to do whatever he wants. And yet he has all these rules and guidelines and stuff like that. It's like, okay, it's a little weird, but, Don Quixote likes to control things. Like, so I guess in some way it's still believable. And I like seeing the one scene with Fujitora and Don Flamingo. They're kind of uneasy on each other. I mean, Fujitora does have to work for Don Flamingo to a certain extent because of the deal he has with the government. And Don Flamingo knows that, and he likes to subtly kind of rub that in his face. So I like that uneasy feeling that I get when I see these two sharing the scene. It's like they don't really like each other, but they have to put up with each other because otherwise they won't be able to get anything done in their goals. So I like that. And I like how the Tontadas are carrying Usopp and Robin through this small little tunnel. And I'm just constantly thinking about the Tontadas carrying Robin. Like, from the angle, from certain angles, it looks like they're just carrying her by her arms and then her sides and then her legs. But I keep thinking, like, there's got to be at least one or two Tontada who are lifting her by her boobs. So it's like, I can't see them, but I have this strange feeling that there are two Tontadas, each carrying one boob in both their hands. It's like, okay, I don't know why I'm thinking that. Maybe, they're heavy, so someone has to gotta lift them, along with the rest of her body. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. When you have a female with big boobs, you gotta immediately think, those things gotta be heavy. Someone's gotta help lift them. I'm sorry. I can't shake the thought out of my head. And then the majority of this chapter, however, of this episode for me was Senor Pink. I mean, my God, what can you say about the guy? He doesn't wear a diaper. It looks more like a thong of sorts. And then a very small t-shirt. and then a baby bib and a pacifier. And at first I'm thinking, who is this guy? Exactly, what's his personality? And his personality is really strange. He's relaxed but also cool and mature. In fact, he has all these females around him hugging him. He's like, oh, Senor Pink. And he's like, stop hanging around me, girls. Find younger men. I'm too old for you. What? I honestly had no reaction for him. It's like, I don't know how I should be feeling about this man. And when Frankie just straight out said, you pervert, on a certain level, I kind of agree with him. But again, it's Frankie. What he says doesn't go, especially when it's coming to perverts. So, again, I have no idea what to think of this guy. And his ability is even stranger. He seems to be swimming through the ground. So, again, it's very strange. He's very strange. I mean, as strange as the rest of the Don Quixote family is, he has to be one of the strangest because the way he dresses, his personality really is just questionable. It's like, why does he wear this? Why does he talk like this? Why does he do anything like what he's doing? But it's pretty funny. He seems to not really care about the affections of other females. And I wouldn't say he disrespects them, especially at that scene where he just rips off her bikini and just uses it to wipe his mouth and then throws it away. And then later he says the only thing you do behind another man's back is undress a woman. But you just kind of undressed a woman in front of people's eyes. So again, you're kind of contradicting yourself. But at the same time, he seems adamant in following his own unique code of honor, his manly code of honor. And it's just weird. I mean, but he's so fascinating as a character, and especially his design is just, I kind of want to know more about this guy, at the same time being a little nervous about learning more about this guy. I don't know what to expect from him, but it's those kind of characters I've always loved about One Piece. One Piece has always had characters where you're kind of intrigued by how they act and how they got to be that way, but at the same time you're scared as to learning how he got to be that way and why he's that way. And I always love those characters more than anything else in One Piece. So yeah, this was a great episode. I laughed a lot and I loved it. I can't wait for the next one. So until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.